Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I am so excited to share with you guys some DIY, Dollar Tree, and budget-friendly decor crafts. I'm also hosting a $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. All you guys have to do to enter is to drop a comment down below. So good luck to everybody. Now listen, I know you guys are here for the crafting. Without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns. Get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For this Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take 2 of the Dollar Tree garden gates and zip tie them together and create a really neat garden gate wall planter wreath. So you're just going to lay them end to end and then zip tie them on either side. And then once you have that finished, what we're going to do is take some pool noodles. I cut 3 to the size of the center rungs of the garden planters, and then you're going to zip tie those pool noodles onto the rungs of the garden planters. The pool noodles are for us to take our florals and pop our florals into this, and we are going to create a summer garden planter wall hanging wreath. So I want to give you guys this idea to create this for summer, but you can also take this and really create it for any season. I have this Hello Summer watermelon, super adorable wreath. I zip tied it to the top of that pool noodle and then just added some hot glue for stability. I'm now going to take some fun little Dollar Tree greenery pieces, some little florals, and pop those into the pool noodle. Now I do like to take my scissors and poke holes down into the pool noodle so the little florals will stay just a little bit better, and you can also even add some hot glue to the ends, especially if you're going to be hanging this on an outdoor space. This is going to be hanging in my studio, so it doesn't really have to be super secure to withstand the wind, just enough for that everything kind of stays on there. So I did the center row of florals first, and then I added in some florals to the base and the top. I've never created anything like this before, so this is a first for me, and this is a first that you guys are seeing. But I just had this idea in my head. I thought, wow, why not create just a fun little wreath? And this is just a different idea. And I thought this was really easy to do too. So the next thing I added was some little hydrangeas to the base. I'm going to mix in some more greenery. I added these cute little tulips, and I just think this looks so festive. I wish I would have had some red color of florals. I'm probably going to have to pop into the Dollar Tree soon because I'm really reusing a lot of my florals. So they're getting glue and different things like that. But I really love to show you guys as many ideas as I can. Now on the top row, I did notice that the pool noodle was kind of sticking out on the end. So to cover that, I'm just using this buffalo check plaid ribbon. Again, you guys can really use any ribbon that's going to suit your decor, that's going to match whatever you're decorating. And I just kind of hot glued it to the end of the pool noodle. You could also take some little floral pins and pin the ribbon on. I'm also doing that to the edge, and I kind of wrapped it around the top just so none of the pieces of the pool noodle stuck out. You could also use some Excelsior grass or some little moss to kind of poke into there as well. I added a cute little bow to the center, and then I'm going to do the same with the base of the pool noodle. I'm going to add the ribbon just around the bottom to where you can't see those ends of the pool noodle because we don't want anybody to see our work. But I really feel like this was a pretty inexpensive project, and it came out really super adorable. And really, you guys could use any sign, you could use any bit of florals, you could use any bit of ribbon to zhuzh up your front door or a little space in your home to make it fun and fabulous on a budget. For this Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a super adorable little wall pocket wall hanging. So from the Dollar Tree, I took this little piece of board. It was in the Dollar Tree Plus section. It was $3. And then I'm taking this little kind of bamboo woven placemat, and I cut it in half. When I cut it in half, it created this wall pocket, but you guys could also just use any type of placemat that Dollar Tree has. And then I added in some greenery, and then I'm going to use this Home Sweet Home sign. I'm going to hot glue that to the front of the little wall pocket, and the wall pocket is glued to that piece of board for a base. You guys could also take some little crafty boards that are in the $1.25 section of Dollar Tree. Here's how it looks so far. I think it looks super adorable. And you could keep it simple, but I felt like maybe adding in some purple florals might jazz things up a little bit. So I'm going to trim off these little purple flowers and pop them into the front. I just thought that that would kind of give it some color. I'm more of a color gal. Sometimes I like all neutrals, but then I also like pops of color. The next thing I wanted to do was create a fun little bow for the front of this. And this has been my latest bow hack for you all. You can tell I'm at the end of this spool. So I am just going to go ahead and make 2 pieces that are cut the same size. This is the fun and easiest little bow hack. I'm going to hot glue them end to end, and then I'm going to scrunchie them together and take a zip tie and tie those off in the center, and that's going to create a super easy little bow that I'm going to glue to the front of my wall pocket. This craft is really, really easy. Again, I've been telling you guys that I feel like summer crafting shouldn't be hard. I think it should be easy and fun and simple and light, and just have fun with it. I mean, crafting in general shouldn't be hard, but I feel like my fall and Christmas crafting, I get a little bit more intricate. I just really like to be casual, I guess, for summer. So the next thing I want to do is take that little bow and glue it to the front of my wall pocket. And then bam, we have a fun little decor piece on a total budget. I hope this inspires you guys to make something cute for your kitchen, or maybe your little coffee space, or your office, or wherever you need just a fun, different idea than like a wreath, but maybe you want to do some kind of greenery or florals or whatnot. Fun and fabulous on a total budget. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to show you guys how to make a super easy little Dollar Tree wreath. So I took one of these Dollar Tree wreath forms and covered it with some just wired ribbon, and then I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree lemons. I had hot glued these onto the ends of a floral piece, and then adding in some little Dollar Tree ferns. I just added the ferns and then the lemons, and then I'm going to zip tie them to the edge of the wreath. This is a super easy wreath to make, and I feel like lemons are so fun for summer. They're bright and springy. Now I found this cute little Fresh Flowers market sign. It was actually a couple of years ago at Dollar General, and I believe it was $1 to $3. It's just kind of like a little cardboard sign, nothing to write home about, but it is a great size for wreath making. So then I'm going to add in a little bit more greenery in and around the edges of this. Again, I love easy, fun summer crafting, and I feel like this is a great one. Perfect for kitchens or just any little space you guys want to add in some fun pops of florals or lemons or whatnot. I am realizing also right now that the sign says Fresh Flower Market and I used lemons. So, you know, give me some grace here. I wish it said Fresh Lemon Market, but we can pretend, I guess. But really, this is just an idea for you guys, okay? The next thing I want to do is add a bow to this fun and easy little wreath. I'm going to trim off some ribbon here. Because I have quite a plume going on with the lemons, I decided just to make something easy. So I'm twisting the ribbon up and hot gluing them kind of underneath to save on ribbon and to make it look like tails. I'm going to do a fun and easy little loopy bow here. So you just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself. And then I'm tucking it kind of back in and behind that sign. You can see I burnt my fingers just a little bit. And then I'm going to add some more tails to the top. So this is a fun way to really bring color and cohesiveness into your wreath by just adding in some little ribbon tails. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big giant wreath. It can just be some loop-de-loops. And then there you guys have that, a fresh flower, fresh lemon market wreath. It's an easy idea on a budget. Will jazz up really any little space. And so I hope you guys are loving that. Now for the next 3 DIYs, I'm giving you guys some fun summer ideas that I have actually done in the past. These are also going to be wreaths. I am still working on my ankle, getting up and running and healing. So today it was feeling a little bit fragile from my weekend cleaning. And so I'm just going to add in a couple of DIYs that you guys may have seen before, but that hopefully can still inspire you and that are also summer related. Dollar Tree DIY, I have to share with y'all how to make a super adorable little Dollar Tree ice cream cone wreath. Okay, so I'm just taking some Dollar Tree ribbon and this heart wreath form. I actually would have liked to have had a round wreath form, but I am completely out of them, so I'm using this heart wreath form left over from Valentine's Day. I'm just going to wrap it in some ribbon, basically to give me something to hot glue onto, and then I'm going to take the little ice cream plates from the Dollar Tree and cut them down just a little bit. Because this wreath is fairly small, I didn't want it to completely overpower it, and I did have 2 packs of these little ice cream cones, and I used about 4, I think, for each one. Again, with the polka dot ribbon, I'm just giving it a base for me to glue on top of, but I'm also trying to choose fun colors in case there's any peekaboo kind of showing through with the ice cream cones. This is the first time I really ever tried something like this, so I'm not totally for sure how it turned out. You guys will have to let me know, but I thought it was really fun. And again, this one you could do with kids. Just be sure to help them with the hot glue gun. And I'm kind of mentioning that through this video, I guess, because a lot of you all will have your kids and grandkids home and you'll be crafting. And I always love when my kids were little to involve them in my crafts. And so they would like to cut things, or, you know, I would help them with the glue gun and whatnot. And so this is just giving you guys some ideas on how to make some fun summer crafts. You know, just thinking about it too, it'd be really cute if you took pictures of them, like, holding ice cream cones, and add those to the wreath. That's just like a little idea I had now, just kind of looking back on it. I think that would be fun. And you could put that in your kitchen and you'd have memories plus a really sweet little fun little wreath. So again, just use hot glue to attach the little plates to your wreath form. So the next part of this DIY, I grabbed some leftover ribbon from Easter, and I'm just going to make a quick little Olivia bow. So to make an Olivia bow, you just take the ribbon and you loop it over on itself several times. I do like to use wired ribbon. That really makes your bow stand out and hold up. And then you can just zip tie it to the top of your wreath. And the secret to my bows is to always give it a good fluffing. So I've zip tied it in the center. Now pull those little loops out. And if you guys need more help with your bows, I will link a bow video for you down below. Now it's from Christmas mainly, but it's still the same idea on how to make bows. So once you learn how to make a quick little bow like this, you can just use it for any holiday, which is so great because it involves no tools. And I think they come out looking pretty darn cute. Now I'm taking the little tail here and I'm just going to hot glue that up inside of the ribbon part here. And then I'm going to add this sweet little flower to the center. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I took one of the Dollar Tree square picture frames and I covered it in burlap, and then I'm taking some of this Dollar Tree greenery and I just trimmed it off at the base, and then some of these Dollar Tree hanging flowers, and I'm just going to hot glue them to the wreath. So I'm just kind of poking them in, and my idea for this came from a really high-end designer show, and I saw them doing a centerpiece and they did just this beautiful blooming centerpiece. So this is just a Dollar Tree wreath form, again, that I covered in burlap, and then I'm taking these little short pieces of florals. So this is a great way to repurpose some of those florals maybe, or get a lot more bang for your buck. The next thing I'm doing is adding in some of these really pretty, vibrant, they're kind of like a little closed, it's either a rose, a cabbage rose, or like little peony. Anyway, they came in a bundle at Walmart. It was like $3 for the bundle, but I added that as kind of like a little bit of a showpiece. So that's kind of a little tip you guys can do is when you're creating a floral is to use some nicer florals popped in with just some inexpensive greenery and filler floral. That's going to get a lot more bang for your buck and make it really boutique gorgeous on a budget. So I'm just taking in and layering my greenery, as you guys can see, layering the little pink and yellow flowers. And again, I did cut the pink and yellow flowers apart. And if you see a little bit of hot glue around the edge, that's okay because we're going to go back in and cover it with some pretty little green moss. So the other thing is have fun with this and get creative. You can either use some lovely florals that you might have in your crafting stash or box or whatever you have going on, or you all could, pop into your local Walmart, Dollar Tree, or craft store, or I even find florals at the thrift store and gather some beautiful spring and summer florals to create a lovely masterpiece. The other thing is if you cannot find a square wreath form, you can always just use one of the Dollar Tree round wreath forms. I happened upon the square wreath form, and let me tell you, I know you guys think that I'm always finding really amazing stuff at my Dollar Tree, but I'm constantly hunting, and it's also completely random. I'll pop in there and it'll be empty shelves one day, and the next day it'll be completely stocked. So that's just the way it goes, honestly, with Dollar Tree. I also love the Walmart craft section, and Dollar General has some fun decor items, as well as, of course, your local craft store and thrift stores. So anyway, get creative with it, have fun, keep popping in those flowers, fill it out really nice and pretty until you feel like you're satisfied with it. And then what I did next was I just took some of that Dollar Tree greenery. It's like a little moss greenery, and they have several different kinds. So again, just customize it to whatever decor you're going for. I wanted this to look really summery, spring fresh. So I'm using my hot glue gun and I'm just adding some blobs of hot glue, adding in the greenery, and then I like to try to shake the greenery out, and if I feel like it needs more, but this greenery does shed. So a little note here, it's kind of annoying, but it's so pretty. Anyway, they also sell greenery sheets at Dollar Tree too, which I know I have one in my stash somewhere, but check it out. I took this and I stacked a couple of vintage books inside of a little square wreath floral form, and then I put my little Dollar Tree candle lantern in the center of that, just so I use the books kind of as a riser. But there's so many ways I'm going to style this. I've actually already moved it over to my dining room table, and I've styled it the exact same way with the books and then the little candle lantern in the center. So definitely you guys can have fun with this and get totally creative. The first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you all how to make a super adorable tropical summer wreath. So I found this grapevine wreath at the thrift store, and then this super adorable little Welcome to Paradise sign at Dollar Tree. And then I also am just using some Dollar Tree greenery. I snipped the greenery off, and I'm using kind of this green and white greenery. I just felt like it looked kind of something you might see in the tropics. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the stem, and I'm going to begin to place the greenery underneath the sign and around the top of the sign. And I did attach the sign with just some floral wire. So the next thing I wanted to do was really bring this wreath to life. Okay, so tropics is full of color, summer, and sunshine. And even though I'm not in the tropics out on my patio, I definitely wanted to feel like I was. So I'm just adding in some of these beautiful tropical hydrangeas. And these are actually left over from Valentine's Day. So definitely dig into your craft stash and use some of those florals you may already have on hand. I also mixed in some really beautiful pale pink peonies, some more greenery. So have fun with it, get creative, add some beautiful florals, and just have a blast. next thing I wanted to do was add a beautiful bow to my cute little summertime wreath. So again, I dug into my craft stash. I had this just kind of cream colored ribbon, and I'm using my Easy Bow Maker. I'm just to make a quick little simple bow. Go back and forth on your Easy Bow Maker. And I will tell you, I think I probably need to get another one because this one has seen better days. That little wood slat or little wood peg keeps trying to pop out. But this is about a 6 to 7 inch bow, and the wreath form was probably about 13 to 14 inches, just to give you guys a size comparison. I also added in some ribbon left over from Easter. So again, I really think you can repurpose and reuse some of your summer crafting goodies. I'm zip tying the center. I'm going to trim that off and then zip tie it to the entire thing. This is most likely going to go out on my patio. Again, my daughter's last day of school is tomorrow, so I am so ready to just hang out by the pool, go on vacation, and just do some really fun summertime things. And of course, you guys know I have to decorate my home for summer as well. I did add in some more florals, another little bow up to the top of that, and that really kind of filled it out. Now, you guys don't have to go this full, but I really like to go over the top. So comment, let me know what you think about it. I'm totally crushing on it. It just seems like happiness and sunshine. And as always, at the end of every video, I try to pop in a little clip of my puppy dog, Benji Bear. He is so silly. Here's his second favorite ball besides this green ball. He loves this orange ball. And as always, I want you guys to comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one we'll be recreating. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and support and for watching my videos and encouraging me. And I just love y'all. And also don't forget to drop that comment down below because it's also going to give you guys a chance to enter into my $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to show you guys how to make a super adorable Mother's Day light up photo sign. So I'm going to take this long sign board from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to just dress it gently with a little bit of chalk paint and this Dollar Tree sponge brush. Super easy. You don't have to distress it, but I thought just kind of an aged look would make it look just a little bit more French country, which is what my decor style is. I'm now going to take this battery operated light set from the Dollar Tree and using some duct tape, I just want to tape the battery box onto the back of this sign and then run the lighted garland part across the front of the sign. I'm going to then tape the rest of the wires onto the back. And that way you're not going to see any of the wires. And here is how that is going to look. The next thing I want to do is add these little photo frame clips. The lighted sign actually came with these photo frame clips, but Dollar Tree also has little clips in their Crafters Square section. Here is how that looks with several little clips on here. Here's an idea using some pictures. I just grabbed some of my family photos that I had on hand close. You of course would want to use photos that were cut to size, but this is just an idea on how your photos could look, and you could also hang it from the wall. The other idea I had for this, which might be great for your mama or your grandma in your life or sister, aunt, is to use some of the Dollar Tree prayer cards and add several prayer cards to the sign and then maybe put a photo in the center of that or whatnot. The Dollar Tree prayer cards are wonderful. I've had people tell me that they can find them in the photo frame section of Dollar Tree. Mine are in the checkout section of Dollar Tree. But I love their prayer cards. I use one every single day. I think it helps me give gratitude. And I also share my good morning prayer card with you all on my Facebook, Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook story, and on my Olivia's Romantic Home Instagram story. So here is how this turned out. I think this looks really beautiful. I think this is an inexpensive Mother's Day idea. A couple of dollars and you have something pretty nice. and you can even add a bow, some greenery to the top. But I feel like it's very thoughtful, especially if you printed out family photos for your mom. I know the kids for Christmas got me a family calendar, and I'm telling you, us mamas love seeing pictures of our kiddos. So comment down below if you guys are feeling that as well. But this is a fun and fabulous idea on a total budget. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you a fun and easy summer wreath. I'm going to use this wreath form base from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use this tiki bar sign. I'm going to attach the tiki bar sign to the top part of the wreath, and this wreath form was in the Dollar Tree Plus section. The next thing I want to do is add some ribbon to bring in some of those hot pinks. So I'm just going to take this ribbon and hot glue it along the top of the wreath and kind of zhuzh it as I go along. Remember, any wreath idea that I share with you all, you can take it and change it up to match whatever holiday you're decorating for and whatever season that you're seeing this video on. So you could make this fall, Christmas, whatever suits your fancy. Here is how that looks. Now trust the process. The next thing I want to do is share with you guys how to make a super easy little loopy bow. So you just take ribbon and gather it. So you make loops, and you're just gathering it along and pinching it with your fingers. I have a little tail at the end, and you just keep gathering it and pinching it until you get the amount of loops that you want. I think I did about 4 or 5 loops on this one. This is a simple little easy bow hack if you just need to make something really short and quick and simple. The next thing I'm going to do is just take a zip tie and zip tie it in the spot that I was holding it, and then I'm going to take and pull those little loops out. I have some little tails, and then I'm going to attach that to the side part of the wreath with another piece of ribbon, and that's going to give me some more tails to play with, and it's also going to cover up the zip tie that I used to secure the entire bow with. I always recommend that you guys cut the ends of your ribbons with like a little triangle on the end, or just a nice little slide. That way it looks a little bit more professional and nice, especially if you're going to be selling your wreaths or giving them as a gift. So you can see I'm just cutting that little triangle at the end, and I call that dovetailing the ends of my ribbon. It's just a nice little way to make it a little bit more boutique gorgeous on a budget. So once I had that done, I felt like the bow looked really cute, but I wanted to add another little pop of pink in the center part and secure it just a little bit more. So I'm using the pink ribbon that I originally used to add on the top of the wreath, and then just tying a little shoelace bow into the center of that. And that's going to give it some different layers of color and dimension. Now I think that looks really cute. I do feel like I wanted a little bit of color in the base. I didn't have any hot pink florals, but I did have these pretty pink florals I thought I would just add into here. And then we have a cute little tiki bar sign that would be great on a patio or in a kitchen, wherever you may have like a cute little fun tiki bar area. Or you guys can really use any sign from the Dollar Tree for any season. But this is just an idea on how you guys can make an easy, fabulous wreath on a total budget. So usually you all see my puppy dog Benji Bear, but I also have a kitty cat, and her name is Tinky Bear. She is very camera shy and does not want to be on very often, but I thought you guys might enjoy seeing her. And then here's Benji Bear. He's sitting next to me while I was editing this video, and he's got his little bone. He's my little cuddle buddy. He goes everywhere in the house where I am, and he's just so funny, but he wanted to say hi to you all as well. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to show you guys how to make a super easy summer deco mesh wreath. So from the Dollar Tree, I'm using this round circular piece of metal, and then I'm going to take some Dollar Tree Deco mesh and just loop it over on itself. This is kind of an easy, fun little hack if you don't want to cut tons of pieces of Deco mesh. And then I'm going to cut some ribbon. I had this ribbon left over from another project. I did make it a little bit long because I'm going to kind of curl the ends at the end of this. So I'm just going to take and zip tie that to one of the kind of wagon wheel rungs, and then I'm going to add tan ribbon, and I'm going to do the same thing and just take the deco mesh and loop it over on itself 4 times, and then add in another piece of ribbon. And so I skipped a rung, so there is one rung, and then I skip a rung, and then I add more mesh and ribbon to each one. You could fill it completely, but I only wanted to use 4 rolls because that's all I had for this project. But that's just something you guys might want to think about if you want it to be a little bit more full. Now the tails look kind of crazy, but we're going to arrange them and make them look a little bit more boutique fabulous once we get towards the end. I always feel like deco mesh wreaths look really crazy until you pull everything together. So again, I'm alternating the tan with the blue and the tan with the blue, and I'm just doing the same thing. I'm taking the deco mesh, looping it over on itself 4 times, and then adding in the ribbon and tying that off. Now this is just kind of a super easy way to do a deco mesh wreath. And then I'm going to tie a cute little sign in the center. I love this little drink sign. I always think it's so cute, these little signs you find at Dollar Tree. I did decide it needed some more color, so I'm going to add in some greenery and some of these yellow tulips because the sign had some yellow on it. So I'm going to gather them all together and zip tie them into the center of that wagon wheel, and then add that little sign back over that. And then I decided, since it's a lemonade drink, we need to put some lemons into here and some limes. So from the Dollar Tree, I found these lemons and limes, and I'm just going to add them in with some hot glue. You want to try to find a spot when you're hot gluing to the mesh that there's the ribbon on, and be very patient with it as you add that in, and probably hold those lemons down pretty good. And so here is how this fun little summer lemonade wreath turned out. I think it looks super fabulous. It's going to be great for a space in my kitchen or out on my patio where we just need some sunshine and springy colors. And I hope this gives you guys an idea on how to create a super easy deco mesh wreath on a total budget. Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super easy little paper bag flower, or this can also be a star depending upon the kind of bag that you use. So all you guys have to do is grab some treat sack bags from Dollar Tree, and you're going to take your hot glue gun, or you can use a glue stick. These are great projects for kids, and you make a little T at the bottom. Now you want to make sure that the flap of the bag is facing down, and you just continue to glue your paper bag in the shape of a T. So run a little line down the bottom and then up through the center part, and you're going to use, you can use the entire pack of bags, or I used about 8 bags, and I believe that they come 10 to a pack at Dollar Tree. These are so fun to make and so magical, you guys. So they could be, honestly, they can be a snowflake or a flower or even a star. And again, Dollar Tree's always selling like fun little treat sack bags. Now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut a little triangle out of each side of the top. And I think this is the first time I've ever shared this shape with you. I do like to share this DIY here and there because I think it's so fun and so magical. And I also think it is a great way to decorate for parties, especially if you guys are on a budget. These look so beautiful and so creative and can really fill up a wall or a room. You guys could even take some double-sided adhesive and put these on like a little wall for some decor for a kiddo's room. They're just really fun and festive, and they're really fun to make. I don't know. I just always think little things like this are magical. So you're going to take your scissors again, and you're going to cut a little circle. And this is more of, I guess, like a half circle in the side of your paper bag if you want, or you can just cut the little tip at the top, or you don't have to cut it at all, really, honestly. There are so many fun little designs you can make with this. And then look at this, it looks so magical, and it's almost like an upside down heart kind of, but not really. And so then you're just going to twist it into this little shape and pinch it together, and then you can add some hot glue for this last little part, and then you'll want to squeeze this part together. You can also just kind of push your hand into the paper bag and hold it that way so you don't burn yourself. Now there's going to be this little center point in the middle of your flower star snowflake, and you can add something in the center. I've added gems before. This is just one of those little Dollar Tree glitter balls that you can get like in the vase filler, and then you can even add like a hanger at the top. I'm just using this piece of like burlap twine and adding a cute little hanger to the top, and then you can hang them. I've hung these from my chandelier for parties before. You can hang them on the side of walls. They're just so fun and easy to make, and you can really get your kiddos involved as well. And if you think about summer coming up, this would be a fun, easy little project to do. And again, these are just the treat sack bags that you find in the party section at Dollar Tree. Fun and fabulous on a budget. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super adorable little fresh squeezed lemonade sign. And all you guys have to do is grab a Dollar Tree calendar, or really any calendar. You guys pull out some old calendars that you might have in your craft stash, or some pretty paper, and grab a Dollar Tree framed sign. So this was just a little sign I had left over from last season, and I'm going to take the original piece of cardboard, place it on top of the calendar, and then draw out the size that needs to go back into the little frame. And you guys, I've shared different ideas like this for you in the past, but Dollar Tree has really been stepping up their game on their picture frame different designs and whatnot. So you guys peek in there and see what you guys might like, and then just pick something easy to frame. And I think calendars are probably one of the easiest things to frame. So once I had the calendar traced out, then I'm just going to refine it and then pop it back into the sign, and then you guys have a really easy little piece of wall art on a total budget. And here is how everything turned out. I think this is such a really cute little fun way to decorate for summer, especially some pops of yellow are really going to bring just a little bit of brightness to your kitchen and to your decor. And I love lemons. I love popping lemons into my drinks and all of that fun stuff. And then Dollar Tree is actually also going to come out with some cute little lemon plates. They usually do every single season. And so I just hope you guys are looking forward to the future with so much joy, and summer is on its way. This next DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super adorable little fun kind of a summer double layered vase. So for this Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just taking two different vases, and actually it's a Dollar Tree vase down inside of this larger vase. The larger vase is $5 at Walmart, but you can fill this up with some faux or fresh lemons. I've shared with you guys how to do this before too, using real lemons and then just putting water around it. But these are fake, just kind of for video purposes, and then I'm going to add greenery down in the center. Next thing I wanted to do was just layer in some limes, and this is just kind of subtle. Then you can add flowers on top of that or leave the limes as is and just kind of have like a little layered greenery of citrus fruit, limes, lemons. These faux limes were at Dollar Tree. They were in a bag. I believe they were 3 for $1.25. Used to be $1. But anyway, so I'm just going to add in some more limes, and then I grabbed some of these fresh little yellow flowers just to make it kind of a blooming floral to give you guys another idea on how to do this. And here is kind of how it turned out. It just looks kind of blooming and florally and citrusy. I wish I would have had more of like the lemon lime slices, and I actually do. I just can't find them in my craft stash, but you guys can go on Amazon, and I think I maybe even put some in my Amazon store with some lemons and limes slices. So anyway, fun and fabulous little easy DIY to just kind of brighten up any space for summer. The next DIY, I want to share with you guys how you can make a super adorable little easy summer lemon plate using a napkin and just some clear plastic plates. So these are the Chinette plates. They're a little bit nicer plastic plate that you can buy, but they're really great because you can make so many fun DIYs with them. So I'm just taking some Mod Podge. I'm going to add a healthy layer of Mod Podge to the back of it, and then bam, you're going to overlay it onto the back of your plate, and whatever kind of napkin that you have on the other side is going to show through. And for this one, I wanted to use these yellow lemon napkins. These are so pretty. I actually bought these last season. I want to say that I found them maybe at TJ Maxx is where I found these. Now, Dollar General also carried lemon napkins, and they were only $1. I think these were maybe $3 though at TJ Maxx. The other place you can look for cute napkins that are kind of high-end looking would be Tuesday Morning. I love looking there. The home decor stores are so fun. And then I'm just going to trim around that. Now, you can take one of the last backing of the paper napkin off and add white paint to the back of it, and that's going to help that little napkin show through even more, or you can leave that backing on. It kind of just depends on what you want it to look like. This is going to give it just a little bit more of like an ethereal. You can kind of see through it a little bit, but if you add that white paint to the back, it's going to look more matte. I hope that makes sense. And then they also carry the smaller plates, little Chinette plates as well. Now, I believe the Chinette plates were from Walmart. So Dollar Tree might carry a clear plastic plate. I don't know. You guys drop a comment down below and let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. And if you guys have tried this kind of DIY before, I've also shared with you guys how to use a Dollar Tree scarf, because Dollar Tree will carry like the little scarves that are different seasonal as well, and so you guys can use scarves in place of a napkin. And then I think I've even done tea towels as well. So anyway, just a fun idea for you guys to try out different decor. So think about, buying a pack of plastic plates and some napkins and how many uses you can get out of it. Now really these are just for decor purposes only, but you could also use some double-sided sticky tape and decorate your kitchen, a little back cupboard with or something like that. So again, fun and fabulous on a budget. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a super adorable little cute lemon sign. So Dollar Tree is carrying in their Crafters Square some of these cute little wooden cutouts, and you guys can easily take these and make them into a fun little sign that you can decorate your kitchen or really any little space. So what I'm going to do is take some Mod Podge and add a nice little layer of Mod Podge to the front of the wooden sign, and then I'm going to use a napkin to overlay on top of that, but you could also use pretty craft paper, or you could just paint the sign as well. So this would also be even a fun little project to really do at any age, because it really doesn't require a whole lot of hot gluing unless you decide to decorate more on top of it. And you could also use some of the smaller letters to make it into a personalized sign. So these are just some fun ideas on what you guys might want to do. So I did add a layer of Mod Podge to the front of the sign, and then I'm going to trim the napkin out. And gosh, I just really love these little lemon napkins. Again, I did get these at TJ Maxx, I believe, last year. Dollar General, though, also has yellow lemon napkins for $1. Now, I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree calendars, and they have like the little, at the very end of the calendar, they have the little smaller versions of the calendar sign that's going to match my larger version. And so I'm going to just take that and center that in the center, and then add some hot glue in and around the little sign, pop that onto the front, and that kind of gets a little bit personalized like that. And then I'm going to take some ribbon, add ribbon to the top of that. So I'm just going to take and make a quick little loopy bow, and then tie that off with some burlap ribbon, and really just kind of decorate it. So again, these are just some fun ideas for you guys to try. And the question for this video is going to be, how are you guys going to decorate for summer? Do you change your decor around for summer? Do you just go neutral? Do you like to add in some splashes of color with yellows or blues or extra greenery around your house? How do you guys like to decorate for summer? I always love to hear what everybody's up to. I hope everybody had a really great Easter holiday. I know a lot of kiddos are even starting to get out of school and be on summer vacation. I noticed that there was quite a few kids at church that were on summer vacation. I live in somewhat of a tourist town, and so we were pretty busy with that. But anyway, here's how it is popped into this little lemon kind of vignette idea. I love to share with you guys different vignettes, ideas on how you can decorate little small spaces. Redecorating has always just been a passion for me, and it just makes my heart bloom with a lot of joy and happiness. And so I hope you guys are looking forward to this summer with some joy and happiness. And maybe you're doing some vacation dreaming, or maybe you're working on a small project at home. But I just encourage you guys to keep putting one foot in the front of the other, no matter where you're at in this life journey. I always try to encourage you guys on that, because I know everybody has gone through so much in the last couple of years, and we never know what the future holds. So every day is a gift. And here's my little puppy dog, Benji Bear. He is so funny. Okay, so he has this little toy macaroon, and he got it stuck underneath this table over here, and he kept barking at me like he couldn't get it out. But then as soon as I went to reach to get it out, he got his little schnoz underneath there and pulled it out. I thought that was so stinking funny. And I know there's a lot of Benji Bear fans out there, so say hi. We love y'all so much. I want to share with y'all how to make a super adorable, fun, easy summertime centerpiece. So grab a charger from the Dollar Dollar Tree. I happen to have this check one on hand. I'm going to hot glue a little yellow lemon plate to the center to kind of jazz it up and give it a little bit of color. And then I'm adding this piece of Dollar Tree styrofoam. From the Dollar Tree, I also grabbed some greenery. These are just little fern bits, and I'm trimming them off because I had used them on another project. So this is how everything looks so far. Now I'm going to hot glue some lemons on to the side. I found these lemons at Dollar Tree, but you guys can also order them off of Amazon, and I believe they're also at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to add a little bit more greenery to the back of this, and then add a ton of hot glue and some Excelsior moss in and around where the styrofoam part is. I basically just want to make this kind of a citrus burst centerpiece or something very summery. So whatever summer colors that you love, grab those out of your craft stash and have fun with them. It doesn't necessarily have to be lemons. It could be roses or lilacs, whatever colors you want to do for your summer centerpiece. I'm also adding in some of these limes. Dollar Tree has the limes in their Crafters Square section, 3 for $1.25. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I'm also going to add in just some more greenery pieces and some purple sprigs of lavender to kind of give it a little bit of color. I felt like it was just a little bit too much yellow and green. And I had these also left over from another project. If you guys are new, welcome. I'm Olivia, Olivia's Romantic Home, and I love to repurpose and reuse and share with you guys as many craft ideas as I can. I'm a super crafty mama. I love to craft and decorate on a total budget, so hopefully you guys can be inspired and just take some of these ideas and play around with them at your home. And remember to always kind of dig into your craft stash and use what you have on hand. So here is how it looks so far. I thought it was adorable, but I thought I needed one little more bit of some purple. And so I'm adding in some purple flowers right here. And then there you guys have that. So I hope you guys are loving this and are inspired to do something fun on a budget for your home. This is a great little summer centerpiece, and I'll be using it for my Mother's Day table decor. We're going to do a little Mother's Day brunch at home. We were going to go out, but it's a bit pricey, and I also just feel like it's fun to be at home relaxing. We can have all of our dogs here and all of that fun stuff. So fun, fabulous on a budget. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how you can make a super adorable little Dollar Tree farmer's market sign. So from the Dollar Tree Plus section, I grabbed this little $3 wood plank, and I'm going to take some celery green chalk paint. This is Waverly chalk paint from Walmart, and I'm just going to chalk paint it with one coat. You could also distress it with a little bit of antique wax as well, and just use any chalk paint that you have on hand that you like that's going to match your summer decor or whatever decor you're making this for. So once I finished chalk painting this, then I wanted to add my cute little farmer's market sign. So this farmer's market sign came with some other little greenery pieces attached. I decided to hot glue it to the center of my little wooden piece and then add the little sprigs of green along the edges. I always encourage you guys to buy those signs because I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck with those. Now I'm going to add a cute little bow to the top of it. I'm just going to dovetail my ends to give it a finished boutique look. So by dovetailing the ends, you're just cutting a triangle at the end of your ribbon. I always feel like that this makes your project just a little bit nicer than having scraggly ribbon ends. I'm going to add one more little bow to the top of this to kind of pull in the different checks and also add in where that farmer's market is black and white. And then I'm going to add the two other little greenery pieces that came on that hanging sign. I ended up using all of them in this project, and I've actually had this sign in my stash for a while and haven't really found a use for it, but I thought this came out super adorable and would be a great little addition to your kitchen windowsill or just somewhere a little fun that you guys wanted to jazz up and give it kind of that greenery farmer's market feel. Now, arrange this any way that you want and decorate it any way you want, but this is just an idea on how you guys can create a cute little kind of homegrown farmers market sign on a budget. You know, you don't have to add the bows. You can just change it up to suit your fancy. And that's what I always encourage you guys to do, to take my ideas, change up the colors, change up the ribbons, bow or no bow, sign or no sign, and really have fun with it. I think crafting is a journey and an adventure, and sometimes it comes out great and you love it and it's going to go perfectly in a space, and sometimes you keep having to work at it, or you know, scrap it and start over and do something different. Trust me, I've done that plenty of times. And if you guys saw what it looks like behind the scenes when I'm crafting, it looks like a little mini craft tornado has gone off. But anyway, I just thought this was a fun little idea you guys can use on a budget. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to show you guys how you can make a super fun, adorable little mini farmer's market sign. So from the Dollar Tree, I had this little round checkered sign that was plain, and then I had the farmer's market stencil. So I thought I would take some of this green celery chalk paint and just stencil that to the front of the sign. Remember when you're stenciling to try to take your brush and dab off the paint. So I realized that the celery chalk paint really wasn't that dark. It looks really cute, but it's hard to see. So I'm taking the Sharpie and kind of trying to outline the spots that I want to color in a little bit more with paintbrush and some charcoal colored paint. So I have this charcoal colored paint, and I'm just gently kind of trying to swirl that into the project and make it look a little bit darker and bring out some of the highlights. The next thing I decided to do was go ahead and add a cute little bow to the top of this to give it some razzle dazzle. So I'm just taking this scrap piece of ribbon, and this is just some ribbon I ordered off Amazon. It's a Mackenzie Childs dupe, I believe, and I'm going to add dovetails to the end of the ribbon and then zhuzh the ribbon around the little sign. You guys know me, I love big bows and I cannot lie, so I love adding bows to my projects. Again, I'm going to dovetail those ends and then zhuzh it up and then add in some greenery to the center of that. I feel like black and white and greenery is so fun for the kitchen, especially when it's summertime and you just want things to look fresh and clean. But remember, you guys can always change up any project that I share with you. Add your own idea, your own ribbons, bows, and all of that kind of fun stuff. And here is how it turned out. I think it looks super adorable, a fun little fresh market sign on a budget. And I might even go back and add a little bit more detail, but this just gives you guys an idea on what you can do with those little Dollar Tree stencils. Give yourself grace. My stenciling is not always the best. I will be honest with you guys on that, but I wanted to share with you guys the idea and also just be brave and go for it. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys a super fun Dollar Tree hack, a way that you can take a project and make it look aged. So what you want to do is grab a Dollar Tree sign or tin or anything that you might want to look aged. You're going to add a Mod Podge to your project and then use some cinnamon. Okay, this is kind of the first layer of what you want to do. You're going to add another layer of Mod Podge and possibly more cinnamon, but you want to get the first layer down before you start adding more. So you guys can see I've added the Mod Podge and then now the cinnamon, and then next thing I want to do is adds another layer of Mod Podge. Now it's going to make this cinnamon kind of crunch up in your brush just a little bit, but you just want to keep kind of working on it and make sure that the last layer is Mod Podge so it seals in there. But what we're trying to do is make this look antiqued or aged. You guys are going to see that a lot here and there, especially with like, you know, stuff that you're going to see in like a men's man cave, or if you like that kind of antique vintage look. This is a super fun little hack. I love this one. It is messy, but it's cinnamon that gets messy, and so I think it smells really wonderful, and this was such a fun project. Let me know if you guys have you ever tried this trick before? And if so, do you have any tips for me? My cinnamon did seem to kind of crunchy up a little bit. Maybe I was using too much, but I think the finished product I was pretty pleased with. Now I'm gonna let you guys watch me work and play a little bit of music. So I'm going to pop in here real quick and ask you guys my secret question. I have some more crafts I'm going to put into this video, and of course Benji Bear, but I want to know, what is your favorite summer vacation spot? Drop a comment down below. Do you like to travel to the beach, to the mountains, to the ocean? Where do you love to go? Maybe you just like to go to grandma's house or your kiddo's house. So anyway, let me know, what is your favorite summer beach vacation? And that is our secret question for today. And here is how my little vintage rusted piece turned out. I think it definitely looks a lot more rustic and vintage than it did just kind of as the inexpensive $1.25 sign that it originally was. Now this look isn't obviously for everybody, but if you're into that vintage kind of antique feel, this might be something that you want to give a whirl. Again, and it can also be used on like different kind of metals. I think it would look really cool on as well. So I think this is a fun little idea on a budget. We're taking a quick crafting break to run Benji Bear outside. He is my little puppy dog, my studio assistant, the creative director. And can you tell that he has the sassiest little walk ever? He is so funny. When he's around the house inside, I have wooden floors, and it sounds like he has little tap shoes on. So he had to go outside to do his business and sniff about and do what little puppy dogs do. I want to share with you all two more ideas that kind of coincide with this video. They are from a couple of years back, but you guys might enjoy viewing them. I have to share with you all how to make a super adorable vintage scale using this little Dollar Tree storage container. And I have to give a shout out to my friend J Money DIY, who originally came up with this scale idea, and also my friend at Our Green Acres, who came up with the idea of how to rust something. So this is my take on this project, and I'm using a little doll table and then the end of this ribbon roll, and I'm just going to cut my little vintage scale piece. And so you can Google vintage scale front and you can print out that image. That's how I found mine. Now I'm just going to take my little doll table, and this is in the kids section at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to hot glue that to the top of my container. I did flip my container over, and then I'm going to hot glue the lid to the top of that, and that's going to be like my little scale part. And so I will tell you too, you may want to paint your items first. I didn't do that on this. It came out okay. So, but just a little note, now I'm going to use a Dollar Tree napkin ring, and then I'm going to take my little ribbon roll cardboard piece, and you guys could use a plastic plate or a jar lid, anything that's round and circular. This was just easy for me, and I just popped this on here. This is what I had on hand, so I'm using what I have. The next thing I want to do is take some of this satin Rust-Oleum. It's a granite spray paint, and I just spray painted it and let it sit out in the sun until it dried. And then now I'm just going in with a little bit of my Waverly wax paint, and I'm just kind of giving it a light dusting to make it look a little bit more vintage. You could also use brown paint, but pretty much really whatever you have on hand. Now for the next part of this DIY, I'm just using some Mod Podge, and I'm going to add a layer of Mod Podge, and then to rust it, I'm going to use some cinnamon. So this is such a cool technique on how to make something look old and rusty, and I know pretty much everybody has a little bit of cinnamon and hopefully some glue. So once you get that cinnamon on, you can just take a little sponge, and these are just Dollar Tree sponges, and then you can add another layer of Mod Podge over that, and that's going to give it this really neat resting effect. And you can let that dry and do another layer if you want to, which later I kind of think maybe I needed to have done that, but I was pretty happy with the results. It is a little bit messy, so make sure you have a little paper towel or something underneath your crafting space. Now I'm taking the little printable that was the vintage scale face, and I'm just Mod Podging that on to the front of my little vintage scale. And you guys, this one came out so fun, and basically it was about $2 to create this. And if you've priced vintage scales, they're so much more expensive in the home decor stores, and we made this on such a tiny budget. And then I just popped some faux lemons onto this. I'm actually going to move this inside once Easter is over and do a huge lemon display, make it really cute and kind of cottage chic in my kitchen area. So anyway, I just had so much fun creating this, and I hope you guys are inspired to possibly create one of your own. Pick up one of those Dollar Tree storage containers, a little bit of how to take some of those Dollar Tree terracotta pots and jazz them up or give them a little bit of a French country flair. So again, I'm using some of my homemade chalk paint, and I'm just going to chalk paint these little terracotta pots, and they're so nice. They absorb paint so well. I only needed to really use one coat with these, and then I wanted to make them feel and appear a little bit more vintage. And so I'm taking some of my Waverly Antique Wax and just a paper towel, and I'm just going to kind of like distress them and then add a little bit of white paint on top of that, especially if you get too much of the antique wax on top of that. So anyway, I'm going to do the other terracotta pot to match the first one. I always like to kind of rim on the inside because I may want to use them, you know, with flowers or something that you could kind of see down in the pot. So that's just a little tip too. And then I'm going to take these beautiful French country images, and I'm just going to cut them out. And again, I'll leave an album on my Facebook page with some of these really pretty images, and I'm just going to take and cut both of them out. And you don't have to completely cut all the way around like the scrolly design because it's a little bit intricate, although you could. But I also used a little light layer of hairspray on top of the images, and that way the image doesn't bleed when I'm doing the Mod Podge part. So now I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to Mod Podge on the back of my image, and then I'm going to lay that down on the terracotta pot. Now this image was a little bit larger than my pot, or it was the same size, but you know, then there's that little bump. So you have to get really aggressive with your Mod Podging. I guess that's what you would say. But again, I'm just taking that generous layer of Mod Podge and laying that down. Now it did make it bubble just a little bit, but that's fine with me because it's supposed to be kind of French country and fun and, you know, just vintagey. So I don't think it has to be completely perfect, although you could resize your image to make it smaller and fit underneath the lip of the terracotta pot if you wanted to. I just printed it as is. I'm a little bit impatient, and plus this gave me more images on my printed piece of paper. So I'm going to do the other one in the exact same fashion, and then I have two fabulous little boutique gorgeous pots on a budget. And the next thing I wanted to do was just add a little bit of foam inside the pot. I didn't even hot glue the foam. I was just able to like cut it and pop it down in there, and then add these pretty little lilac branches or lavender. I think these actually might have been my lavender. Anyway, I'm just popping these pretty little spring flowers into here. Again, these are from Dollar Tree. And then voila, I have this fabulous little French country mini pot on a budget, you guys. Like really, these would be at least $6 to $10 at your home decor store. And then I'm adding in some pretty little moss. Again, you can buy a bag of moss at Dollar Tree. And I did share with you guys that topiary that's back behind these in one of my last videos. So I hope you guys are inspired to do some spring dreaming and some pretty little planters. I really do a lot of fake florals inside right before the season starts because I'm patiently waiting for some of those really pretty flowers to be set out, and even the herbs. I even bought real lavender last year and had that growing outside in my front yard. So I'm really excited for the plant season. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are going to be doing some real plants coming up very soon once my area gets past the kind of freeze point. We've even had snow in April before, although we have really nice weather now. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this large Dollar Tree gift box and I'm going to chalk paint the top of it white. I want to create a French farmhouse, a really cute, just little decorative box that I can use in my kitchen. And so I'm going to chalk paint the entire thing white on the top. And it did take 2 coats of chalk paint for this to be covered. And I will tell you, I really think this box is really super cute. Like I could see myself using it in my bathroom as decor or even my little beauty space. But for this particular DIY, I do want to do a French farmhouse look on this, and so that's why I'm going to go ahead and chalk paint it white. So once I had it chalk painted all the way white, I let it dry probably about 30 minutes in between coats, and then I gave it one more coat of chalk paint. And then I went to graphicsfairy.com and I did print out a really cute little graphic to go on the top of this, which I'm going to share with you in just a minute. But now I'm going to take some of that Dollar Tree contact paper, and my idea is to line the edge of the box with the contact paper. And that way I'll have a really cute kind of like, I think this is like really French farmhouse chic contact paper. It's so pretty with the black and white. And it'll just give it a little bit of a different look rather than painting the entire thing white. And you could go even a step further and add contact paper to the inside of it or the bottom, but I really didn't feel like that was necessary. And I do struggle with contact paper just a little bit, so I felt like this was sufficient enough. So again, I'm just tracing the edges of my box and then getting the right size contact paper and then adding that contact paper to the edges of my little box. And that was also giving the top part of my box plenty of time to dry in between paint coats. And you're not going to see the top lip. You can tell up here. So it's just fine to go ahead and pop that in here. You guys can make some really fun boxes like these, especially if you have room at the top of your kitchen cupboard and you just wanted something fun and decorative. Now the next step is to add a layer of Mod Podge. This was the Mod Podge that I used in that rustic cinnamon technique. So it did have a little bit of brown to it, but that was fine because I'm actually going to add another layer on top of that. And this little graphic was from graphicsfairy.com. It's free. You guys can go to their website and type in French country and you'll find all different kinds of French country graphics and ideas. And I will try to post these on my blog as well, and that way you guys can just go right there and you can click on it and download it that way. But now I'm just using some little Dollar Tree embellishment with this pretty little ribbon, and I'm going to add that to the top and the bottom of this, and that's just going to kind of jazz things up a little bit. I love kind of to embellish things and make them look just even a little bit more fabulous in my opinion. Now I'm taking these cute little burlap rosettes and I'm just going to hot glue them to the corner. I've shared with you guys before how to make burlap rosettes, but you just take the burlap, wind it around, and make a cute little rosette. These actually came from a burlap site, burlapfabric.com, I believe. And then, of course, I had to add a little jewel to the center of that, and voila, I have a fabulous little Dollar Tree box that looks like something, you know, that I bought at a boutique or a high-end decor store, and we made it for next to nothing, especially if you guys have some of these little baubles and goodies already in your craft stash. for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It's a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget. I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. And for everybody that comes back and loves on me, thank you so, so much. I am so honored to do what I love and share that with you all. This is my 5th season on YouTube, and I love to craft and decorate on a budget. I'm still in my same little small home, and I love to share with you guys my ideas on how you can take Dollar Tree and inexpensive items and make them a little bit more fun and pretty and really just loving on your home and your life where you're at. So that starts with a lot of gratitude, especially, even for me, just reminders every single day to be grateful and honored and all of that good stuff. So anyway, I also want to invite you guys to comment down below. That's going to give you a chance to enter into my $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway that I'm posting. And anyways, I just want to encourage you guys, no matter where you're at in your life journey, keep doing your best, keep putting one foot in front of the other. I feel like we're all struggling with something at some point in time. So every day is a new day, and sometimes that emotion is there and then it will go away. So try not to get overwhelmed by, things that you might feel are overwhelming. I guess I'm saying that because I struggled with being pretty down and out when I broke my ankle recently. And so it was a lot some days for me to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Literally, I was on crutches. So anyway, all that being said, I just really want to encourage you guys to keep going. That's my puppy dog, Benji Bear. So anyway, I love y'all. I'm wishing you a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed day. Until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. Talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.